10 years after Nigeria implemented the Treasury single account, popularly known as TSA, we take a look at what has changed and what has not. In August 2015, under former President Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria enforced the Treasury single account. The reform centralized federal government revenues into accounts at the Central Bank of Nigeria using payment technology from system specs. Before then, government funds were scattered across thousands of bank accounts held by ministries, departments, and agencies. The Treasury often did not know exactly how much money it had. The TSA changed. It pulled government balances into a unified structure. It improved visibility of public funds, and it forced agencies to remit revenues more consistently. In its early phase, trillions of naira in government balances were moved from commercial banks into central treasury accounts. That money was not stolen, but it had been idle and fragmented. The TSA made it visible and usable. The gains. 10 years on, the gains are clear. The federal government now has better oversight of its cash position. Revenue remittance from many agencies have improved. Opportunities for hidden accounts and off-book funds have been reduced, and treasury management is more structured than it was before 2015. These are real institutional improvements, though it has its limits. But the reform is not perfect. Not all government revenues are fully captured within the TSA. Some agencies still operate special or exempt accounts, and Nigeria still relies heavily on borrowing, both domestically and from the central bank. So while the TSA improved cash management, it did not eliminate fiscal deficit or debt pressures. There are also operational concerns. Some agencies report delays in accessing funds and reduced flexibility in executing their budgets. The economic impact. Economically, the TSA has helped improve coordination between fiscal and monetary authorities, but it has not been a cure for inflation, exchange rates, instability, or wider macroeconomic challenges. Those are hidden by broader structural factors. 10 years after its introduction, the Treasury's single account stands as a significant reform. It strengthened transparency, it reduced financial opacity, and it improved fiscal discipline, but it remains incomplete. Speaking to experts, Valentine Achum, the advocacy lead for Equal Trade Alliance, says the next phase must focus on expanding TSA coverage to include all revenue streams, including foreign currency inflows, and strengthening its legal backing and improving efficiency so agency can access funds without unnecessary delays. The TSA shows that reform is possible, but it also shows that one reform alone cannot fix an entire fiscal system. Sustaining and deepening it will determine whether the gains of the past decades are preserved or reversed.